Just the Tips.
All right, everybody, it's Adam and Mike, Just the Tips podcast, number 65, coming at you not live. You corrected me this the other day that when we do it's live, but when somebody else watches it, it's not live.
Not live. Yeah. It's the replay of the live. Are we,
Coming to you
what are we?
as a recording.
Well, I mean, they do that on New Year's Eve, right? They say it's live, but they shoot half of it like a month before.
And what about, you're watching a baseball game, but it's, it's on a delay a few minutes. I mean,
Well, that's for cursing.
it's still, I know, but it's still a live baseball game. I feel
Maybe
like
we
this
should do
is
that.
live. Exactly. We are not in person, so coming to you virtually from after our Maximum Results Fitness workout at the 33 North Front Street. Good workout tonight.
Dude, how did you feel? Dude, that was probably going in the book for one of my favorite workouts.
So
I think that one's going to leave some people sore.
Not only leaving people sore, but it worked out. It was like every part of the golf swing, and the workout was 10 exercises, 100 reps. Break it up any way you want. Go ahead. But it seemed like you had different components of the swing, the part of the backswing, part of the follow through, turning from the top. But there was a lot of swinging, a lot of rotation, and a lot of strength training. So it was a lot, dude. I know my whatever this is here is going to be
called your
sort
core.
of. It's more than my core because it's like the
this.
sides, the back of it, the top of it, the posterior chain, which is one of my favorite terms.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Key
great
spine.
workout, dude.
Yeah, that was good. So we got a lot to talk about, but first we can get into our sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Oh, so our title sponsor, and we thank them very much for everything they do. But check out mymedicareny.com. That's mymedicareny.com. If you're approaching 65 or you've turned 65 and you want somebody to help you navigate the ever-changing waters of the New York and federal Medicare system, your health insurance for seniors, just give them a call or email. Go to their sites. Mike and his team will take really, really good care of you. Not this Mike, Mike from mymedicareny.com for a free, no obligation consultation. They might be able to let you know that you have the right plan. They might be able to direct you to a different plan. They might even be able to save you quite a bit of money with some of the free plans that are available. I'm not an expert. Mike and his team are. Give them a call, mymedicareny.com.
All right, guys, check that website out, guys. If you have any questions, there's a lot of information on there. I went through that website just to kind of go over everything, and great site, great information, and literally answers some of your questions that you'll have right there on the site. So check that out. Yeah. Listen, we have a bunch of other things in the works right now with partnerships and collaborations and sponsorships. I do want to do, this is something that we haven't done in the past with our sponsors, our partners, but I do want to give a big shout out to the guys down at Caledonia and True Blue. They've been so great to us, this channel, everything that we've done down in Myrtle Beach. And I don't think we've thanked them enough, and I don't think we can thank them enough for everything that they've done. So big shout out to them. We just put out a quick short video about the two must play courses down in Myrtle Beach, and obviously they are Caledonia and True Blue, both designed by the Maverick Mike Strantz, and they're across the street. They're across the street from each other, and it's definitely a full day experience. Play True Blue in the morning. I say True Blue in the morning. You agree? Got to play True Blue.
Yeah, in the morning for two reasons. One is they have the driving range there, the practice facility for everything is at True Blue. But I love the coffee and the like I said, they They probably use the same coffee both places, but it hits different at True Blue. That's all.
But then also finishing, doing your second 18 at Caledonia, finishing on 18 with the sun going down and right in front of the clubhouse is also something special. So it makes for a really good day, guys. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to everybody down there, Bob, Bart, everybody in the shop, the cart guys. Everybody has been so great to the team. So big shout out to them. And of course, everybody else that has been a huge part of the channel: Todd Hill Farm, Tobacco Road, Royal New Kent, Ocean Course, Puddles, Bulls Bay, everybody. So just big shout out to them.
Yeah. I was on TikTok the other day, and there's a good account called the Unranked Amateur. If you get a chance, follow him on TikTok. And he's down at the Ocean Course playing a 3-day amateur tournament. They played Turtle Point, Osprey Point, and they finished up at Kiowa. And
Ocean Course.
I said, or at Ocean Course rather. I said, you got to ask for Puddles, and he goes, no problem. He direct messaged me. He says, Puddles is off today. I go, oh, dude. I said, he's got 1 day off in February, and you picked him. By the way, he was even par through 13, and then ended up shooting 7 over.
Oh, did you ask him what happened?
Yeah, he took. He just bogeyed his way in. It was bogeys and doubles the whole way in. He said the same thing. The wind was in his face once he turned going 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It's just brutal. Yep. But
so I was just talking to Puddles today, and we were just kind of talking about what the course has been, and what's going on with the course. How's it looking? How's business? He said they need 100 caddies tomorrow, dude. Tomorrow is February. Tomorrow, when we're recording this, is February 27th. 100 caddies tomorrow. They're full.
For what?
A full tee sheet, dude.
Oh, this isn't a tournament? Because I know sometimes you say, Lexus will come down and buy out the course, and they need 100 caddies. This is just a full tee sheet.
Full tee sheet. 100 caddies.
What's the weather? It looks fine.
Yeah, I'll look, but they were a little chilly. Let me see.
Yeah, I saw somebody else trying to play down there the other day, and they had a heavy rain in the morning, but it cleared
68
out.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. I pencil me in for one of the 100. If we leave now, we can be down there by 3:00 and get a quick 18 in.
Oh man, it's crazy. So, when I worked down there, it was, April 1st to 4th of July, it was busy. But apparently, it's bumped all the way to February now. So, it's crazy.
So, I saw a thing the other day that talked about the 2025 most expensive courses in America. And it was number one is that one out in Vegas. What's that, Shadow Creek?
Yeah, well, they're also, they have grass in the desert.
Yeah, but it was $1,250 a round, and TPC Sawgrass was up to $850 a round. Kiowa was up there at $650 a round. Did they maintain that price? Do you know, or
because I'm looking at it right now?
They were in the top 10 most expensive courses in America. It wasn't in the world, but.
So I got the top. This says World. This says Turnberry in Scotland and Shadow Creek in Las Vegas are both among the most expensive. That's a YouTube video. I'm not going to play that right now. Yeah, dude. The last I knew that it was Ocean Course was $650, something like that. Plus, highly recommended caddy. Not cheap. Not a cheap day.
No, worth it.
Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it.
So, do you want to shout out some of our sponsors or sponsors and products right now? Today's our goal meeting or our goal podcast. We set some strong goals. So, part of it's this meeting will be all about the channel.
Yeah, so we can talk about it as we dive into these goals. So
all right.
Me and you have been having a little argument over the last 2 hours about something that's been going on. We started to figure it out. Or I think we did.
It's not an argument. It's that you don't trust me, and that hurts me in my heart of hearts.
I'm glad, because you can't read, you can't count, you can't film. You can't edit.
Maybe that's why my handicap.
I bet you're a terrible colorer too. You color outside the lines.
I do the darker on the outside and then shade in the middle.
I do the same thing.
Make it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blend it nice.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right. So let's
So,
dive into our 2025 goals, plans, and goals. It's a tab on our spreadsheet here.
yep. We got a Google
Um,
Drive. We got our plan for 2025, and we're now 16% of the year is over. Right?
Is that right?
Yeah. Every month is 8%. So
Okay.
this is so when this comes out, it'll actually be March 1st, and 16% of 2025 is in the books. Now, we're golfers in the Northeast. The vast majority of our goals are going to be from, again, from March through, November. But, again, we got to see where we stand.
All right. So let's go into my personal goals. I'm just putting in some notes. All right. So my personal goals were 100 birdies and 100 rounds, 30 new courses, 10 of which would be in the top 100 courses. I want to get down to a 3 handicap. I need to start identifying as a scratch golfer and start playing in some of these straight up low gross matches with you and Bird and the Governor.
Yep.
I want to shoot par, 12 eagles. I want to get my distance back to where it used to be, and start working on the swing of like getting that kick point in the right spot. Those are my personal goals.
All right.
You want to go into yours?
Yeah. Do you want to say how you're shaping up on yours, and then
let's just announce yours first, and then we'll go back and forth. Do you remember them? Or you want me to read them?
I read them off.
All right. 200 birdies, 0 handicap, 0.0 handicap.
Yep.
100 gin rounds that you were putting into the gin. 30 new courses, 10 in the top 10. Maintain 175 pounds. New driver, and fix the top of your bag yardage. Okay? All right.
Yep.
So let's kick it off with the birdies. All right. Okay. Now, I played 10 and 6/10 of a round, 13/18 of a round, and I have
it's like
3
a socket
birdies.
my dad used to have. All right, so
that's the one that's always missing.
Exactly, the 13th, 18th, right?
I have 3 birdies.
Okay, so 3%,
all of which I think were at Shingle
goal.
Creek. Ooh. I might have to look that up. I think all of them were at Shingle Creek.
All right. So,
go ahead.
So, my goal was 200. After much deliberation and a skeptical glare that I didn't appreciate, I also have 3 birdies. Should have had 4 if it wasn't for bad sportsmanship, but we won't get into that story right now.
You were on my team.
I know. How can you root against me when I'm on your team putting?
Because I was already in for the par. Or for the birdie. You didn't need it.
I didn't need it. Would have been nice to have it because again, nice round number. Right now, I'm at 1.5% of my 2025 goal. Now again, coming back from not an excuse, but coming back from injury, I'm happy where I'm at as far as rounds and as far as birdies go. But basically, if it's 100 round, it's 2 birdies a round all summer long. And I don't think that's... and I said, too, that I'm going to have to take advantage of the par 5s with the distance. All 3 of mine came on par 5s.
Definitely, yeah. And that's a pretty sick move right there, especially like calling it.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Well, I think, again, the strategy should be I hit my driver well and I hit it long enough. When the 3-wood's cranking, I should be able to get it up there, and I have a good wedge game to be able to knock it within 10 feet. And I played 9 rounds. So that's what do we say? It was 160 holes, right? Or what? I won't do the math.
Yeah, 164 or something like that. Yeah.
Well, no, if it's 8 rounds and each one has 4 par 5s, right? You figure that's 32 par 5s, and one practice round is another 4. So say 36 par 5s. I only birdied 3 of them. It's not, that's not that good, as far as the percentages go.
Your finger,
if I could,
winter, come on, dude. I mean,
no,
I'm going to be nice to you here, which is not normally my MO, but I'm going to be nice and give you a couple excuses here.
But like I said, as the summer gets along, I have to be shooting for birdies on most reasonable par 5s, right? When we think about our home course of Wiltwick, number 2, I'm aiming for birdie. Number 12, I'm aiming for birdie. Number 17, I'm going for birdie, and should expect to get one.
Not
when I don't,
7?
it's up. Not number 7, no. Number 7, if I can get out of there with a 6 most times, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a toughie. But,
all right, so not bad. Right. 3 birdies. I'm at 3%. You're at 1.5%. All right.
Yeah.
I did play a couple more rounds than you, but I didn't have any birdies. My first birdie came on day 3, round 2. I had birdied number 2, that par 5 at National.
Okay.
All right. 100 rounds. So I am 10 3/18 of a round in, and you are 9, right?
9. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, after in February, we're more than 10% done, 16% through the year. Maybe 100 rounds is too low.
Yeah, but guess what? We didn't have any in January. March is going to not be 10. So that means we got to make it up.
Depends if we go down south or not, and if the weather's with us, and if they put the pins back in.
Which I have a little mini schedule in here that I'm going to explain. All right. 30 new courses, 10 in the top 10. So I played 3 new courses this round, or this.
So let me ask you a question. It's starting to bother me though. The 13th, 18th. Can you count that as a round, and can you count that as a new course?
I asked you, and I said, "What if I only play 9?" And you said, "That's fine." I asked you.
I must have been drunk because I'm starting to get I'm starting to say no. I don't think that counts as a round.
As a round, what if it's a new course? Does it count as a new course?
I don't think so. I think you gotta complete it.
No, you can't take this back right now because I would have stayed out there in the dark to make that count. I would have stayed out there. You can't take this back, but you can go going forward if you want. Now, okay. I did say we did have a talk about me shooting par. Had to be on a real course, 18 holes, legit.
Okay.
Right? It wasn't like it wasn't Tupelo Bay or anything. It wasn't like on a 9-hole thing. It had to be on a legit 18 holes. We did have that conversation.
How about this? If you play 75% of it, well, isn't this a USGA thing? If you play 75% of the course, that the GIN will calculate the rest of it for you, like if it was range shortened.
So what's 13/18ths? Probably just 75%. Shy. I think it's just shy.
I don't know. I have both of my phones are working, so I can't do it.
You gotta think so.
Multiplication.
So 12/18 is 2/3, which is like 66.7%. So it's probably not. It's probably not 75.
No. Okay. Probably doesn't count. Probably need.
I would have stayed out there. Now here's my question.
All right.
Now, would you take if I had a birdie in one of those 13 holes? You would take my birdie away?
No, but
wow.
But no, I wouldn't take the birdie away. But let me ask you a question. You and I go out after 18 holes, and we go play 6 holes, and I birdied 3 of the 6 holes. Does that count?
Yeah. I mean, unless you're hitting from the reds or something. Or
we're just out there smacking it around. No intention of finishing the round. We're playing 2 balls into some holes.
Oh, no. If you're playing 2 balls and no, definitely not. But if we're going to play 6, we're going to go play until it gets dark and we only get 6 in. Yeah, they're counting.
And I got 3 birdies. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. All right. What other goals do we have?
All right. So
new courses. You got 3.
Yep.
And I got
and you
one.
Got one.
One new course.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so I'm putting these in. So that was I played Reunion, Palmer and Watson, and then we played Royal St. Cloud, which was a cool course, and then we played Champions Gate, National, International, and Shingle Creek, which we played last year. So they weren't new courses, but they go towards the rounds. All right, 3 handicap. Now, I put all my rounds in, and I went up to a 7.7 from a 7.5.
Okay.
Okay. What about you?
That's not bad.
No.
I had some debate about putting the scores in, and I was reassured by everybody down there that's the right thing to do. If the gin is open and you play around, that's your score. So I put mine in. I went from a 2.9 to a 3.8.
Okay.
Yep.
Both trending in the wrong direction, but
understandable.
Understandable courses. Dude, those courses just play long, man. We talked about that last podcast. And 9 of the 18 holes on Shingle Creek are difficult.
Let me ask you a question though. If you get down to a 3 and it's May, and then by October, you start doing, methamphetamine and you're at a 10, is it still a win because you got down to a 3, or do you need to end the season at 3 or less?
Listen, if I get down to a 3 and then go back up to a 10, I hate to break the news to you, dude, I'm probably going to jump off a cliff. So none of this is going to matter.
So let me back it up, because like I said, that's not a good example. But if you touch 3 and then your handicap raises to 4 or 5, and the gin closes at the end of the season in November, and you're at a 3.9, right? And is that a win? But you were down to a 3 at one point?
A 3.0. I would consider it a successful year. If I can get down from a 7.5 to a 3.0 is a very successful year to me. Now, obviously, it's going to not end on the best foot for me, but I would be pretty happy with how far I've come. Yeah, but again, dude, we all know that no matter what we do on the golf course, we're never going to be truly satisfied.
Also true. I'm just wondering, if I touch 0 at one point, like is that good enough, or is it ending the season at 0?
So that's what kind of caught my eye on this list was you put attain and maintain 175 pounds. You did not put 0 and maintain a 0.
No.
Right? We all know the handicap system is very tough, especially you get below a 5, every little 0.1 matters, and it's huge. It's hard to swing it one way or the other. I mean, it's easier to swing it up than it is down.
It sure is.
I think hitting a 3.0
stuck, and then you can't get it back down. Yep. Okay.
I think hitting a 3.0 and hitting a 0.0 is a successful year.
Got it.
I mean, I hope that if I get down to a 3.0, that it doesn't go back up to a 7.7 by the end of the year.
Yep. Gotcha.
Identify as a scratch. I will admit I did not do that on this trip. Was not ready.
No, you beat me a couple of times, and you won't let me forget it. So those days you were
couple.
Was it 3 out of 9 rounds?
I don't know. I don't know what it was. I just beat you once, and then I just blacked out after that. Play straight up and low gross. So we played straight up. I think what we need to do more is just play straight up. There's no adjusting or anything like that. I think it's too much to think to keep track of. I think. So
I would recommend, and again, not for any other reason, but it's what I do with some of the better golfers that I play against. We just don't play with any strokes. If there's 4 of us in the group, I'm probably the 3rd or 4th best golfer in the group, and sometimes the guys are significantly better. I take it as a challenge. I know most of the time I'm gonna pay, and that's the God's honest truth. There's one guy I'll probably beat 2 out of 10 times, but we never play for strokes because I look at it as a lesson. I don't like losing the money. I feel like it's part of the learning process or part of the growth process. if you want to do that with me, I'm okay. I can recoup some of those dollars and give it to the other guy. What you need to do is find somebody who'll play you scratch who's not as good as you.
Here's what happened. Now this is what we're going to talk about. This is the reason why you're not going to get down to a zero unless you listen to me now.
I'm listening.
You internally admit that you're accepting that they're going to beat you 8 out of 10 times. And you're content with it. Now I know you don't like it.
No, I'm not content with it.
But you accept it. Now, when I first started lifting, I got into lifting and I just stumbled, a guy in the gym, we started working out together. He was about 15% behind me on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I made it in my mind. I never said it to him until like years later that he was never, ever, ever going to catch me. And he told me years later that in his mind, he was always trying to catch me. So it always just pushed us. And I'm going to do that with you. Right? And I'm not going to accept that you're going to beat me. I don't think that you can beat me. Right? There's no part of me that says, well, he should beat me or anything like that. And that's going to push me. And that's what you need to do to those guys. You cannot have that 80%. You're having an 80% loss and you're still accepting it.
But I'm accepting it. I'm not content with it. I'm using that new term that we were using this week called inspirationally dissatisfied. I use it as fuel to use your other term. And like I said, I need to cut that to 50-50 as soon as possible because, again, just to bleed money and to lose all the time is zero fun. It really is.
To me, it's not about money. I don't care. I don't care about losing money. I care about losing.
Well, you got to play for something. You can't play for pride.
I think in golf, playing better than the other guy, not beating him, playing better than the other guy has more value to me than $20.
Yeah, I think every good trainer, golfer, coach in the world would disagree with you. Even Scotty Scheffler plays, for money.
I get it.
Playing against his friends and stuff. You got to have a winner. You got to have a loser. You got to have something on the line. It doesn't have to be big. I mean, that's the thing is, I don't want people thinking we're gambling for millions of dollars. No. But it's enough to where, listen, if I lose 8 out of 10 times and I play somebody, 35 times over the summer, that starts to add up. And I don't like it. I don't like losing it once, let alone all those times. But like I said, if I'm looking at it by the numbers, that's where we stand right now. It doesn't mean I have to like it. Doesn't mean I can't fix it.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Now, I know you're going to compare or you're going to relate taking somebody's $20 as winning, right? Like you would love to take money from this certain person. But
I would. Consistent.
But would it be equal that he went to hand you $20 and you're like, no, I don't want your money. I'm just happy that I beat you. Would it be the same feeling?
No. Like I said, you got to play for something. I'll give you an example. You and Eric played for a trophy for years. If there was no trophy, would it mean anything? Would you play as hard? Would you fight as hard? Just for the satisfaction of beating Eric? Probably not. No,
you
got to play for something.
But me and Eric weren't playing like that. Like, we weren't on this level, right? Like, now we're getting to the level where, like, dude, I mean, I still have the trophy. He doesn't play anymore, but we can play. We can play for the trophy. We can play for $20. We can play for whatever. I just want to beat you for the sake of beating you.
Right.
But we are going to keep track. We'll go back. I'll have to get all the scorecards, and that way, because I did say this year I was going to keep track. I'm going to put that in under my personal goals as well. Keep track.
It's 3-6. Okay.
Shut up.
You won 3, I won 6, and
there's no proof of that. You don't even have all your stuff of matches, versus Adam.
I beat you 6 times, missing a finger. Okay, you got work to do.
See, now you're making excuses. See, that's what you do. You justify
What's the
losing.
excuse? I didn't. I
You
said I beat
lost.
you 6 times.
You lost straight up to a guy who
10
is
fingers.
a 4-point handicap higher than you.
Who was in Florida 2 days ahead of me. Was also
Making
at
excuses.
simulator time
Making
and
excuses.
new equipment.
Making
and new
excuses.
equipment.
Oh yeah,
No,
new
like I
equipment.
said.
So we got to throw that in there. I did get a new driver. It did take Adam 26 holes to figure it out.
Listen,
Long story short is I was in a golfer's warehouse hitting an AI smoke for fun because I was killing time, and the guy came over and he just kind of tried to dial me in a little bit, and then he told me to go get my stealth out of the car, and I did, and he just wanted to compare the numbers, so I hit my stealth. It was spinny like normal, so he's tweaking me in an AI smoke, tweaking me into a Cobra, tweaking me into a Ping. He was like, hey, let me tweak up your TaylorMade a little bit. Do you mind? And I said, no, dude, go ahead. So I'm hitting AI smoking. I hear him over there trying to bang it around and trying to get the head off, and the head won't come off. I'm like, what's the matter? He goes, sometimes if you get a little water in there or like a little sand, it gets stuck. I'm like, give me the thing. And I'm like yanking on it. And I'm like, ooh, that's on there. He's like, dude, don't yank on that because then you'll pop that tip off and then you're screwed. I said, all right. And this is Monday before I'm leaving to Florida Saturday. And he's like, well, you can call TaylorMade and they'll take care of you. That like, they might give you money towards a new. I was like, dude, I don't have time for that. He's like, well, let me call for you. So he hops on the phone, and 10 minutes later, he's talking and telling him, and he's smiling and nodded his head at me. I'm like, well, all right, this is good. He goes, all right, you're all set. We're gonna give you a new QI10. No, he goes, you get a new QI10. Now, they have a QI35 out now. So this is QI10's last year's model. And then the Stealth 2 was the year before that. And that's what I had. And I go, well, dude, I don't have time to send my TaylorMade back and wait for the QI10 to come in. He's like, no. We're going to give you a QI10 off the shelf, brand new. And they'll send us one whenever we get our new inventory. I go, you're going to give me a brand new QI10 right now. Now, I wasn't fitted for a QI10 yet. So he just hands me one that's like off the rack. Wrapper on and everything. So now my Stealth 2 is over behind the counter. I have a QI10 in my hand. And he's like, I'm like, this is mine. No, like, money off to buy this. He's like, nope, that's yours. I'm like, good. Okay. He goes, now, if you take that wrapper off and then you go to trade it back in, we got to give you a used price. But if you keep that wrapper on and trade it in, it's full price. And then I can give you a brand new AI smoke fitted exactly the one that you were hitting, but brand new. I was like even swap. He's like, yeah. I'm like, here you go.
Let's
and
go, Golfer's Warehouse.
Dude, this dude was awesome. And you know what? I mean, it took a little while to get comfortable with it out there and just kind of get the feel for it and start trusting it. But it came along pretty good. I was pretty happy with it.
There you go. Yeah. So to your point, you didn't say anything about it, and you and I play 100 rounds or more a year, practice all the time, and simulator and everything. And we played Royal St. Cloud, and I didn't notice that you got a new driver. Then again, I was sleep deprived right off the plane, dealing with my own nonsense going on. But the next day, we were on number 7 at the National. Is a beautiful par 5. It's long, wide fairways. And I said, long drive contest for a beer. And I smoked one out there. I really hit a good one. I said, now he's going to get up there with his Stealth, and he's going to hit a high spinny one up into this wind, and it's going to grab it up and knock it down. It probably won't even hit the fairway. And I look, and I don't see the red head. I go, and I don't see the blue shack. I go, whoa, what the hell? You showed me the new smoke you got. That's a sharp looking club though, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah,
that's a
pretty
really nice
pumped with
upgrade
that.
for you. Yeah.
So that was actually one of your goals, was get a new driver. So you got some work to do. All right, next on my list was shoot par on 18 real holes. Got a little taste. Shot 37 on the back at Shingle Creek with a par putt on 18 that I ended up missing to go for 37. But it's nice to kind of get a little glimpse of it. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah, I think everything will come together for you on a round or maybe multiple rounds this year. It'll be when you least expect it, and like I said, just be a Saturday morning where everything just clicks, and it will feel so nice and so easy and so natural. I believe truly that you'll have an even par, maybe even a subpar round in your 2025. So nice job, dude.
Yes. All right, dude. So yours, obviously, 0 handicap, 100 gin rounds, 30 new courses, top 10, attain and maintain 175.
Right. So I want to take just a minute and talk. Good, real good. Now, I'm 3 days back at it. So I was rocking and rolling right up through December 22nd. That's when I cut my finger. We were working out every day. I wasn't following a strict diet. My weight had gotten up, into like 193. It was way higher than I wanted to be. Clothes weren't fitting right. But I was really looking forward to the first of the year, to get on a 75 hard and this and that. And again, cutting the finger, doctor recommended, not lifting, not exerting myself heavy, and I took it probably too far. I didn't diet, I didn't exercise, I started drinking. I've been thinking a lot about this, like what I want to say on the podcast, and not stretch it out into a long story. But the bottom line is that I'm really pleased at where I came through the winter, considering everything, and where I'm restarting and how I kind of kept myself in it mentally. So just strictly from a weight standpoint, I'm probably still right there. I probably still have a full 20 to go. But this was two things, right? Number one is I'm happy about the way I dealt with the injury, that I kept my head up. I didn't get that depressed. I looked at it as a setback.
Should I start making like daily phone calls just to check in on you? You're like, I didn't get that depressed.
No, but like I said, I know a lot of people, if their goals were as strong as mine were for the first 2 months of the year, and they were sitting here, 3 days into working out and dieting, they'd been devastated. They'd been crushed. I wasn't happy about it. I think I put on a brave face, positive mental attitude, and kind of persevered. But at the exact same time, there's things I could have been a lot better about. And this is what I wanted to tell you. It's like an honesty hour here. Very disappointed in myself that I couldn't continue to maintain, working out in some semblance, some kind of diet, exercise. It doesn't reflect well on the brand. It doesn't reflect well on you, and you do so much for me and my family. I feel like I personally, I let you down these last couple of months, and I feel fucking terrible about it.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I felt the same way. No, I'm kidding. Here's.
I really do. I want to tell you, I'm sorry, man. I really am.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt for you to say it once in a while. No, here's the deal: is I kind of knew that it bumped you off hard, and instead of doing what I would have normally done, was like, yo, dude, you can still eat right, you can still do cardio, you can still do abs, like get your ass into the gym. I let you do it your way. Learn the hard way.
Yep.
But now listen, dude, yeah, you might not be able to bench, you might not be able to do curls, you might not be able to do, upper body lifts, but you can still do legs, you can still do cardio, you can still do abs, you can still eat right.
Yep.
And not only that, those are 10 times more important now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and here's the other way I was looking at it too, and I got to be honest. I'm like, I never worked out, like, ever. I mean, I think the last time I worked out before I met you was like football practice when I was a sophomore.
Two-a-days.
I've come 2-a-days and stuff like that. I've come a real long way in the last couple of years with your help, with health. But I've had my setbacks. But the setbacks are getting smaller and smaller. And whether they're diet setbacks or workout setbacks, like I said, I think for everything that happened, it was a relatively small setback. But I was looking at some of the Shingle Creek videos the other day, and I'm like, my fucking tubby ass. I'm like, dude, I'm 1,000% dedicated. By the time April 1st comes around, I'll be at 175. I'll be fitting in those medium Saturday skin shirts that we're having custom made. By the time the Herdigan comes around, when we're on the front of the local paper, coming in 1 and 2, I'm 1, you're 2, obviously. Like I said, it's going to be a good looking picture. So, like I said.
So do you need some motivation? You want some quick motivation?
Yeah, always.
Season 3 of Reacher just came out.
I forgot to tell you, we watched a couple episodes the other day.
I'm waiting until they're all out first. I'm waiting for so that should be your motivation, dude. You should be doing push-ups.
That's what I told Jamie.
Should do like 50 push-ups, like before and after, and maybe and I'm not, whatever, but maybe 50 push-ups every time he takes his shirt off, because he probably takes his shirt off 4 times per episode.
Episode 2, it was almost completely topless. Listen, when that came out, I go to Jamie, I said, maybe we should watch the whole thing all at once. She goes, no, we don't have any TV we're watching right now. But the good news is both of us, we're 3 days in, totally dedicated to 2-a-days. I'm here in the Just the Tips simulator, which is almost finished. It should be done in a couple of weeks, but I can work out in here. I got a couple of good HIIT workouts done in here, but I've been coming to the gym every day. We had a great workout tonight. I'm on the road the next couple of days. I'm looking forward to working out on the road. But like I said, I'm back and I'm better than ever. So I appreciate you letting me have my setback. But like I said, I'll use it as fuel going forward.
All right, so let's keep going. 12 Eagles I had on there. You also were going to match my 12 Eagles. No Eagles.
No, I wasn't. I don't want.
You said it. You said I'll match your Eagles. You said it. Oh yeah. Get my distance back. Get my distance back. Still not happening. Again, that's
Let me ask you a question. In the simulator, what were your numbers looking like for the AI smoke as far as distance goes? Because it had to be significant over the stealth, even though you're not in mid-season form.
Yeah, I mean, I was still, it was. You know what? I'll be honest. It was probably normal of what I think the stealth is, and the stealth was dialed down. Was less. So, I think stealth was 255, 260, and then AI smoke was 260, 265. So it wasn't anything crazy,
Right.
But it was less spinny. A lot of more closer dispersion. What's that? What's this? This is dispersion. Yeah. What would this be?
No, it's all dispersion.
Less dispersion. Tighter dispersion. That's it.
Yeah.
So it was more that there was one that was 40 yards left. That was the snap hooky, don't slice this, and then a lot here, and then there was one here that was 20 yards off center. Was the furthest one right with the AI smoke. And I'll be honest, most of my good TaylorMades would be 20 yards right, and then there would be 4 or 5 off the screen over here.
Yep.
So that was good. I mean, distance-wise, it's, to me, looking back at some of these videos of Strandsgiving and Florida, it's the half swing. You know what I mean? I just need to start getting more comfortable vertically, not flat. That's all.
Gotta make a bigger turn. And not easy,
So, So your last 2 was a new driver, which we're not there yet. You like to do that around.
I'm thinking May is probably the right time to kind of get some clubs together, because I don't want to go into the scratch, the Herdigan at the end of June. I don't want to be still figuring out a driver, so I'm thinking
last year with your irons.
I got the irons in April last year, but I was still working them out by the time the Herdigan came around. So like I said, I don't want to make any, I don't want to make those changes until I'm swinging better, but I don't want to wait too long. So I'm thinking, 1st of May, I think is the right time.
And then that goes right into fixing the top of your bag yardages. So you have
Same
that
thing.
little spot with your hybrid and your 3-wood, and your 5-iron.
Yep.
Did you hit the 5-iron on the strip though?
Yeah, I almost re-injured my finger hitting that goddamn thing. It's I don't know I don't know it's cursed. We need a witch doctor, not a golf pro, to fix that thing, because I'm dedicated to it. Every time I came up with a 5-iron yardage, I hit that thing.
Did you?
And I hit it. Yeah. So the one time though, we're on national. It's you and me playing together. We were playing together.
Day
or playing
one
against each other.
Day one.
It was day one, and there's the last par 3 on the back side. I think is like
15
13.
or 16. The one over the marsh.
50. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
The one we got called out for slow play a couple years ago.
Oh, that's 12. 10,
12,
11, 12.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like 165 into the wind, and I'm like, it's more than a 6-iron, and it's not a 4-wood, so it's got to be a 5-iron. And I hit the 5-iron onto the green, and you hit a 6-iron onto the green. One was short of the pin, one was pin high, and we get up there, and your 6-iron was pin high, and my 5-iron was shorter. And I'm like, I don't understand.
You have a 5-iron, or you have a 6-iron that's identifying as a 5-iron, or you have a 5-iron identifying as a 6-iron. Maybe you need a 4-iron, dude.
Maybe just skip the 5-iron altogether.
Yeah.
Go right to 4-iron.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Maybe I need those. All right.
So let's get into the channel goals real quick. We're kind of running over time here. We're 46 minutes in. Channel goals is 100K followers. Struggling with that still. I will check growth right now, but the only thing growing right now is, because the only thing you're putting effort into is TikTok. TikTok over the last month has gone up 272. So
nice.
We'll do this math. 272.
It's
Can you remember that?
5%. Yep, 272.
Facebook. Up 1.
Really? I saw Facebook's fizzled out. I think all the users are starting to die. They're that old.
Yeah. Up 1. Now, mind you, we don't do anything with Facebook. Everything automatically posts from Instagram to Facebook. So,
right.
Instagram.
So 276 and 1. All right.
41.
All right.
272 and 1. So 273, 274 plus 4 is 314. 314 now.
Okay.
And then we'll go to YouTube. Those are our 4 metrics. YouTube, we are up 13. So what's that total?
327.
414 and 13, 427. 427, because we were 372. 372 on TikTok.
No, 272 on TikTok.
All right. Yeah, so 327.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
So we're about 7,675 short of our monthly goal of 8,000 a month. Right?
Yep. All right. Podcast to grow, which we're doing everything headed in the right direction, but I haven't checked the metrics on that. Myrtle Beach Classic. I'm trying to get us in, but it's fallen on deaf ears. I've sent DMs, I've sent emails, I've sent messages, I've sent comments on everything.
Did you see the other one too? The big ones at TPC Sawgrass this year.
Yeah.
That was huge.
I mean, they have those. There's 4 of them, and we talked about this when we were setting these goals. There's 4 events that they're going to have content creators play on the Wednesday before, and I think they already have them pre-picked out. So we gotta step it up.
All right.
So we'll go in a drone. drone and photography. I think we need a new drone, which is one of the new moves that we're gonna have to do.
If anybody's looking for a very good used Mavic 1 with the
7
Fly More
batteries.
package plus 7 batteries, case, everything, hit us up. We'll give you a great deal on it, or we'll swap you out for a Mavic 3 Pro straight up.
Yeah, straight up. Yep. Video editing.
You need the guys from Golf Galaxy to negotiate our drone situation.
I know.
Maybe
just
we
call
can bring
DJI.
like Mavic. Exactly. Guy's just smiling. He's like, "Here's a new one."
Video editing would just continue to grow with that. Now here's the big one, dude. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Partnerships to continue to grow.
Yeah.
How we doing on that?
I think we're doing great. I'm very excited.
I think we're doing amazing.
Yeah.
So we're not going to give away too much just because we're in the early stages. But I will say that before I was getting ready to go to Florida, sitting here on my computer and saying, you know what? I think we're going to get to the point really soon where we're going to need a storefront. We're going to need to figure this out. Right now we have a link tree just because that's all we need. But I was thinking, how are we going to sell our stuff, whatever it is, the turtles, it's anything that we will start having this year is we're going to need a place to sell it. First thing that pops in my mind is a Shopify store. Now, we have a couple friends in this content creator golf industry where I follow them, I check out their pages, we order some stuff here and there, and it's all Shopify pages. So I type in Shopify, and the second I hit enter, I get a message on my phone from this brand that we're working with that says, how would you guys like to make your own product, but yours? I said, it'd be amazing, but how is this going to work? He was like, well, let's set up a call. Me, you, Adam, will talk and we'll figure it out. So we had that call recently, this past Monday, and we're getting the ball rolling. So
and like I said, it's guys like this that that come into your universe when you're doing the right thing. He wasn't on our radar. It was somebody that we kind of, dealt with.
Well, he originally reached out to us to make the initial relationship begin. He reached out to us.
Yeah, and then, that was a regular kind of thing, But when this came up, it kind of solved a lot of issues for us in a hurry. Where we don't have to do the bulk of the labor. We don't have to go out and design a website. We don't have to do, my biggest fear is that in my dining room I have, some guy's t-shirts from California and I forgot to ship them out because they're still in my dining room.
Packages and slips, and you're friends with the UPS guy now. Yeah. So this should streamline that and bring a product line through a store to folks that want to buy Just the Tips merchandise. So like I said, we won't go any farther than that right now. Yeah, we're getting the ball rolling on that. So we're not sure what the timeline is going to be on that situation, but it is going. So I'm super excited about that. That's checking, a small check on that test. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Anything else?
So again, we have a podcast sponsor sheet. And again, Mike from MyMedicareNY.com, helped us kind of formulate a vision, kind of helped us with pricing and things like that. But there's a lot of different tiers and different levels. If you want to help out the channel, if you want to advertise your business on Just the Tips, packages start as little as $50. Where you can get your product or your service featured on our podcast, on some of our platforms. While we didn't experience the exponential growth in February, we still boast over 25,000 hand-curated, dedicated golf followers, mostly male. By the way, I looked at some numbers, almost exclusively in the U.S., It was like 85% United States based. It was like 75 or 80% male. And the demographic is the one that you guys are after. It's, guys 24 to 65. So if you have a product or something that you want to market to this demographic, let us know. If you fit the Just the Tips universe, we'll bring you in as a partner. Again, sponsorship starting as low as $50.
Yeah, and listen, the best thing that's going to happen is we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to reach as many people as we can and keep just growing. And we got a big year ahead of us, dude.
So, again, we don't have time to talk about it now, but, we're the calendar's beating us up a little bit here early this spring. We got some quick trips we want to do, some other things. And like I said, we gotta finalize the calendar. We got a lot of tournaments.
I did say we had it on. I had it on here already. Tobacco Road, Tot Hill, March. April is Stonehouse, Royal New Kent, Pine Needles, and Mid Pine. But I don't know why I wrote those.
Because you're trying to bring it into our. You're trying to manifest it.
Manifest.
So.
I did have under like channel goals for you was learn how to film better.
How did I
highlight it? Terrible.
Yeah. Terrible. I thought it did great. I didn't take one video of the sky while somebody was putting. You got to give me that.
All right, I'll give it to you.
All
right, dude. That's good for today, man. We're running out of time.
Yeah.
You got one more thing?
A long one. We got no. Like I said, I mean, long story short is that it's winter time. The other day at 6 o'clock, I went outside in my shorts and grilled some chicken, and it was light enough out. I mean, I was standing on 4 inches of ice, but it was 50 degrees. Things were melting. The grass is starting to poke through the snow. We were supposed to get rain this week and wash everything else away. We're supposed to get some nice weather the next couple of weeks. I got a feeling mid-March we're going to be out there with some temporary pins. Playing some golf. So like I said, it's coming up quick, dude.
All right, man.
All right. Listen, I'm Adam.
I'm Mike. Just the tips.
Just the tips.
Just the Tips.